right. Well, hello and welcome to the Holy Hour podcast, the All Cure bi-weekly podcast. Welcome, good people out there. Thanks for joining us on this riveting episode of the Holy Hour. I'm Gavin, and I'm joined by Donald and Chaz again. How's it going, fellas?
It's going.
Woo, yeah, we did it. We made it.
Yeah.
We made it through.
Episode
Here we are.
15.
Yeah. The
Something
dust
like
is settling. The rubble is behind us. We've cleared. We're out of the woods. We've got 413 Dream behind us now. And
what are we talking about?
We're out of the
Dog days of summer.
We're winding up summer.
Right.
Summer's probably wrapped up by the time this comes out, and
or winter for our other seased friends.
Oh, yeah.
True. Yeah, we don't want to. Thank you
Aussies.
for being more open-minded, Donald. So yeah,
Sorry,
I think
just-
we're all our limbs are still attached. We caught some heat for the
Jesus.
413 debacle. We don't want to dive into that too far, but at the same time,
It's just a record.
we made it through. I think we all realized. And you holding up okay, Donald?
I'm doing all right. Like,
Yeah.
You sure?
No feelings
Like-
or hurt too bad or anything.
nah, I'm super emotional and like my feelings get me, but I'm okay. But for this podcast, though,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna laugh.
Okay. Just for
'Cause
this
laughing is-
episode?
Yeah, laughing is stupid, and I'm not
Okay.
gonna do any bong hits.
Okay. Turning it around, huh?
You're a new man. Yeah, you just laughed.
Oh, you're laughing.
But actually, I'm suiting up. I'm putting on a suit. I'm wearing a suit right now, and I'm tying my tie
Oh.
because I'm going to be like the dancer from like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tunes for the Holy Hour podcast. So I'm just gonna giggle. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna giggle and do bong hits.
You're gonna
And
seriously
just dance. I'm gonna
dance?
hype.
You can dance
I'm
around the room.
hyping my. Yes, I'm hyping my boys up. The dudes that actually do the work. Fucking Gavin Chaz, man. Fucking Chaz is on the trombone, and
You can't
Gavin's
sell yourself that short,
fucking
man.
spitting in a trumpet, and I'm just skanking around, man.
I mean, I'd say you're at least
I'm lacing
like,
I'm lacing up my docks. Seriously, it's all you're gonna get from me from
All right.
here on out in the podcast. Like,
Well, as long as you were already high before we started hitting record, then, I think you're selling yourself short. You're at least on the level of like Enar or Fred Schneider or something. Yeah.
I could never. They are fucking saints, man. I could never. I'm just a dancer.
Sticking with the
man.
Boston. Well, I think we're all stronger for it, and I think everyone's heart was in
Hell
the
yeah.
right place. So hopefully we can move on now that we've got the self-titled album and 413 Dream behind us. We can all just look forward to this new album, and then we can hold our breath of what Donald will say to the new album. But until then, we have so many more topics
Not gonna
to
listen.
cover. Not even gonna listen. But,
You're going to get crucified.
oh my goodness!
I'm just gonna dance and not laugh.
Just keep dancing, man.
I'm just not gonna enjoy life and
Keep
you
that
know, that's
suit
cool.
on. You got it. I think it's a good. I'll let you know if you start dancing too loud or too close to the mic or anything. So, but, we have a very
You're
light.
skanking too hard, dude. Quiet.
Yeah, come on, man. Y'all breathing heavy back
Sorry.
there. I can't
Sorry.
put the microphone down while you're doing it. But we have a very light-hearted episode for everybody out there to cool down in anticipation of the new album. So this is going to be our misinterpreted lyrics episode, and it fits kind of nicely with the whole idea of being misunderstood. It's a feeling that I felt my whole life too, and I think we could all identify with the whole idea of just getting something a little bit wrong. And lyrics, I think it goes back for any Cure fan, and the idea of not quite catching all those Robert Smith lines accurately, maybe on the first listen, maybe on the 20th listen, or like 30 years later on some of these, I'm finding that I've been getting these lyrics wrong my entire life. So we're on the top, fellas. Do you think it's safe to say that Robert has a very unique voice? Do you think it's safe to say that he is a little on the harder to understand side as far as your general pop singer vocals? Too mumbly, the accent? What do you think?
As a lifelong mumbler, I sympathize.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I think that's part of my love for him. It's like, I don't know what he's saying. No one ever knows what I'm saying. But yeah, so you think it's fairly safe to say that, though, that he's a mumbly singer and
He's a mumbly everything.
Yeah, he's a mumbler. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
speaking. But yeah, so I think I had this thought. I was wondering how much of it was the accent versus, because some people just have like strong accent and that makes it hard to understand. But I think he is pretty mush-mouthed, even accent aside. Don't you think?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
But I wonder if British would think of it as hard to understand sometimes as like someone from the U.S. or
if you got some like dude from like the South,
yeah,
or lady from the South, and they're just like, "Hey man, I was just up there now, scanning around,
yeah,
right?" And you're like, "What?"
Like Boomhauer.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, like Boomhauer shit. Like, I live in the South, and I talk to people, I'm like, "Huh?"
yeah,
Like what'd you say?
yeah. So it's definitely
It's not a British thing, man. It's
Yeah.
just a world thing,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah.
I was watching an Irish movie today, and it was hard to understand like half of what they were saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like turn on the subtitles.
Yeah, dude. Like, I've been watching some. I don't know if gypsy is a derogatory thing. Travelers, traveler fights.
Right?
Hey.
Traveler fights.
Fights?
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Like, they just fight bare knuckle. Like,
Oh,
to the
yeah.
end.
Okay. Yeah.
And with like, I'm like, what are you guys saying? Like, it's
Yeah, what was it? Was
like-
it Lock, Stock, and the one with Brad Pitt played some
Snatch.
kind of, yeah, or Snatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he had that.
Pikey.
with that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching like some
The
fucking
real
raw shit.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But like the accents are like amazing. Like, you get it after a while. You kind of get like the slang down a bit.
Yeah. And even looking at a lot of these, and that's what we're doing in this episode, is we're going to pick some lines and see what people have thought. We got listeners, we got our own thoughts, we got a couple websites that just, that's their thing, is people post the wrong line and then what the real lyric is. And and it is funny because a lot of them are just based on the way, like an accent would say the word, because there are certain words that like mirage, mirage and stuff like that are like ones that are just like straight up like, oh yeah, if you just say it with an accent, like again and again and again and stuff like that, it isn't quite the same. But I had an email where I was talking to Isabel out in Portugal, who we've had segments on in the past, but she said, having listened to The Cure for so long and being like English is the second language or, not her first language, how much harder that is too. Like throw that wrinkle in and like thinking of how hard that would be. Just there's a whole other level of like probably coming up with some crazy shit as far as like if you're trying to like decipher what the hell he's saying and translate it at the same time. So that's pretty crazy. And so I can't even imagine how that would be an extra level.
Do you ever listen to music where they're not singing in English?
Couple bands
Yeah.
that I've listened to that sing in different languages. So
Yeah.
mostly hardcore bands like Los Crudos and stuff like that just they sing in Spanish. Or there was this band called Husking Bee that I listened to. They were from Japan. They sang in Japanese. So
Hell yeah.
so yeah, like here and there, depending. That's more listening to just the music rather than whatever the hell they're saying. So
Tons of French stuff, but I have no clue what they're saying,
Yeah.
So.
I always think it's like real pretty, like just hearing you, like, because I don't understand like obviously what they're saying, but like I like to listen to the inflection and like the cadence, and like that's where I get like
Yeah, for sure.
my feeling of a song, and like and I really get it a lot. I have to pay more attention, just like what are they saying and like how are they saying it.
Yeah.
So it makes me pay like a little more attention, and I really dig that. Like
Yeah, because I mean, it's one less obstacle, really. Because if you take out the whole
Yeah.
idea of what the song's about, then then it's like cool. Because then the emotion is in the way they're singing it, and
Yeah.
it almost could be a disappointment if you find out what the lyrics mean, because you're like, oh,
Right.
what? So I wonder if that happens to a lot
It just
of
goes to my theory, just like a good song is a good song.
yeah.
Where it's like you can, like if you don't understand the language, it's almost like an instrumental song where just like the voice is an instrument.
But funny you said that because it's like right before we called up Chaz, even it was like you had said that you took when I sent the note saying let's do it on misinterpreted lyrics. You thought it meant like the whole meaning of the whole song of like misinterpreting the meaning of the song.
Yeah,
I was like, well, shit, we do that every episode, Donald. That's that's pretty much what every song is because he's gonna be the
I'm the
only
king of
one
that
that really
shit too,
knows,
man.
So I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, he's the only one that really knows what the songs are gonna be, unless we get a VH1 storytellers out of him sometime, but don't see that happening.
You'd be able to understand what he's saying half the time anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
Totally.
what it's really about. Like, oh, great.
The artists themselves are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought a funny other cool wrinkle was the idea, going back again to what Isabel said, of like how age, like people, especially if you started listening to The Cure, thinking back to like how I was like, 10 or 11, probably when I first, and like how many lyrics were just like misinterpreted as a kid because I didn't really know the words or just didn't know that phrase or something, and it just being
Especially like heavy. You've never like cheated on your wife at that
Yeah, I
point when
didn't
you were like
know.
11, like you were a dumb kid.
I just thought, crocodiles crying. That's what he was really talking about. It's like, all right, lullaby made more sense in 6th grade than it does now. I was just like, yeah,
I grew out of lullaby.
It's a giant fucking spider that eats people. What's the mystery?
I love that song.
But no, like the idea of like. More of even if I just kind of even knew back then, and then some of the ones we'll go over, just like kind of ridiculous ones that have just stuck in my head because I listened to them constantly. On the first few listens, of course, that got burned into my head, and it's funny how it sticks with you if you learn something wrong, and then it's like even seeing the words, the correct lyrics now and stuff. It's like sometimes like if I'm covering it or something in particular. When I'm singing it, I have to consciously not say the wrong lyric sometimes. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
It was a good run, man. You
I tried.
You're so close.
I tried.
15 minutes of sobriety there was...
Oh, God.
Well,
go on. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You were saying?
Just keep dancing, man. The hard part's doing the bong rips while dancing. I'm kind of impressed that you're keeping it
I'm
together.
skanking and just doing bong rips.
It's pretty good.
Ooh.
I remember, and correct me if you have a different memory, in the younger days of like pretty much all the cassettes didn't have any of the lyrics in it, like the old albums. I remember I think Pornography had it for sure, but like I was even just looking at my old one. Yeah, like the CDs had a lot of them, but yeah, I kind of don't think many of them had the lyrics up until about Head on the Door in it. As
far as like that seven fold out, like
yeah. So like
cassette.
just re-glancing at it like minutes before we started up this, I was like, oh yeah, I should double check that. But I kind of remember like not having any cassette lyrics up until about like Head on the Door. And of course, so that would make it tougher in understanding it. And and then even like the just total side note, the Wish booklet. If anybody out there wants to feel really old, like I don't know what the hell has happened to me in the last few years, but trying to read the lyrics inside Wish in particular, it's like my eyes just like start bleeding and I can't see anything. It's just
That's crazy.
It's
font.
it's not even that crazy. I mean, like the head on the door one's weirder if it was tiny, but for some reason every time I try to look at it, I'm just like, oh god, I can't even look at it. And am I that old? Is this really happening?
Is it just your eyes or your brain?
Well, it's my eyes, but it makes my brain hurt.
Get your reading glasses, Grandpa.
So yet another thing they need to do in the reissue is make a slightly bigger font for all of us out there. I think that's my only other request to the Cure. But so anyway, as far as tracking down the official lyrics, because this is all still pre-internet, like finally got, I think it was around 90 maybe, or no, when the hell did I get, yeah, it must have been around 90, like post that White Song Words book came out.
Yeah, I have
remember that. You got that? Yeah, it's really cool. It's just like a really straightforward, like almost like typed on white paper with like kind of just generic love song kind of images all over it. Yeah. And it's all the lyrics, even the B-sides from 78 to 89, so it goes all the way up to Disintegration. And and I remember ordering it from like the back of like a, I want to say Spin, but just could have been any like generic music magazine really. They had those little dumb ads in the back sometimes, and it was just like music books or something. I remember ordering it blindly, not knowing what the hell it was, but I got it and totally flipped my lid because it was like all the B-sides and everything. And it seems
you're like, what?
Yeah,
like,
and
that's what he was saying?
So this was pre-internet, so this was just like confirmed all those fucking early ones, and then it got like furthermore like cred to it, because I was still like, well, I still don't really know how official this is. It's just kind of a generic looking book, but like there was on that pay-per-view thing that became Play Out, I guess, where they're doing the Unplugged. And I think it was before the Blood. You see him backstage, and he's flipping through the actual book. And you see him holding it, and he's looking up his actual lyrics.
He's like, what's it say?
Which is made me also fall further in love with Robert Smith, that he has to look up his own lyrics. And he's like, what the fuck am I saying on this? But,
fuck. That's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard. I feel for songwriters and like singers and shit. Like,
a lot of words.
All that? It's wild.
Especially like at that point, everyone's gonna call you out. You know, they do, and he flips a lot of stuff sometimes. You know, but it's like, especially.
And you have a million songs.
Yeah, you know, it'd be so easy.
Top of that, like,
you know, it's like,
remember that.
Yeah, I'm amazed at like, you know, like Pictures of You is technically like my favorite song in the world, but you know, sometimes I'll just pick up the guitar and start singing it, and I'm like, fucking the verses all up, you know. I'm just like, how do I not know every line in what order of this song?
You've listened to it 1,000,
it's crazy,
million times.
It's funny, like, have you ever done any or karaoke, anything like that, where you sing? No. Yeah, it's like I've never done either. Karaoke, man. My equivalent is just picking up the guitar and thinking I know a song, though. But I remember that from the couple times I have done karaoke, though, where you totally think you know the song. It's like, yeah, I've heard this a billion times, and then like the words are bouncing by, and you're like, oh. And it's just funny, like that idea that when you're singing along to a song,
when the pressure's on,
and even just like karaoke's still a crutch because it's there and the words are there, but like, how many songs you think you would, like, if somebody put a gun to your head and was like, you know all the words to this song, like most Cure songs, I'd be like, yeah, of course, why would I not, you know? And while the song's playing, and while the song's playing, you know, you're that split second behind him and you are singing it along, you know, but it's like, if it's just like out of nowhere reciting it, that's like, it's pretty tough, you know. It's like you wouldn't. Well, we got a lot of lyrics to get to. Shall we dive in and start seeing if you agree with some of these and how ridiculous some of them are? I think that's gonna how most of these are gonna fall. Or it's either gonna be like, oh, that's what he's saying, or yeah, I knew that, or that's totally stupid. Why did anybody ever think that he was saying that? So we did have a few emails I received, or a few got sent in, and we started a few good threads on Instagram, and I threw one out even on Facebook, what I normally don't do, but there's some good ones on there. Your dreaded Facebook. So I'm just going to kind of read
through
them.
A White Claw and get on Facebook.
There you go. So let me kick it off here with Amanda wrote in a few from A Night Like This. It said, and a smile and the shape of your hair and she thought it was because Robert Smith hair. So, and it's really shake of your head. So, and a smile in the shape of your hair, but no, it's shake of your head.
I can see it.
So yeah, it almost fits. Foxy lady, we got you're a cute little apricot. So not sure I quite hear that one, but he does say
I can see that one.
he does say heartbreaker a little strange on that.
It's like an apple bottom girl, like
Yeah.
like a peachy ass.
You're a cute little apricot.
Like you got the apricot ass.
Yeah. Three imaginary boys. This is one that'll pop up again for the part right before the solo, I believe. It goes, "See, sweet cello, moo will change your mind." That's what she thought he was saying.
Sweet Moon Cello.
What do you think
Will
he's
change your
saying
mind?
there, Donald? She said, "See, sweet cello, moo," like a cow, will chain your mind. And the real line is, "Sing, sweet child, the moon will change your mind." So
I like that whole chain.
yeah, the chain your
little
mind.
chain your mind shit's fucking heavy.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I always, because we used to cover this one way back in the day. I think I
like
always
that.
had it as "Oh, sweet child, the moon will change your
Yeah.
mind." Like, but maybe I was channeling Axl Rose or something. "Oh, sweet
A
child of mine,
little
oh,
bit.
chain, oh mine, oh,
crap
sweet
dance.
child." There's nothing's worse than when you're covering the song and you get the words wrong. So that's bad. If you're like in front of people, it's like, dude, it's not even the fucking line.
Right.
But, and then she sent on 100 Years, a concert version, which I'm not sure which live one from, but she said, just at one part it sounds like he's saying instead of 100 years, it's 100 gin.
100 gin?
What?
Like the
100
gin.
proof gin?
Like gin, the drink, or 100 gin feels like 100 gin.
Was that Lol singing or was that Robert?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Ding. Good one.
I'm gonna slam 100 gin
Yeah.
in celebration of joke.
And there's a lot of weird ones in 100 Years that when I recently recorded a version of that, I was all like, that's what he said? I mean, a lot of them aren't, like, it's funny with Cure ones, too. Like, I felt like a lot of the old ones I got wrong, but I didn't really have, like, another line in mind. It was just, like, gibberish that I was saying almost, instead of the right line. But, email from Lisa, back to three imaginary boys again. Sweet, sweet Chala moon will change your mind.
Like Chala bread?
Taliban will change your mind.
The Taliban? What'd you say?
Sweet, sweet Chala.
Like Chala bread?
See, I guess so. Not sure. Other voices, it's another festive compromise. So that's the real line. She thought it was
I'm
vested.
not mad at that.
Yeah, a lot of hers are very subtle here. Caterpillar, I douse my lemon lime in powder pink and sweet. And it's dust my lemon lies in powder pink.
I thought this one would be the most talked about because that's the most fucked up line. Like, you and I, as little boys, talked about this. Like, what do you say?
What the fuck is he
And,
saying?
like, we had our own theories
Yeah.
on, like, dust my lemon lime.
Dust my.
Like-
It's the real line is dust my lemon lies in powder pink and sweet.
I thought it was PowerPoint and C.
PowerPoint hadn't even been invented yet.
But I thought it was like Power Focus.
Mm.
And it made sense, like
But-
PowerPoint, like just
Interesting.
like point of focus, like, and I can see.
Yeah, I remember being
You know, like,
surprised by
focusing
that
on,
one
like-
when I found it out. I can't
Ah.
remember what I thought it was as a kid for years and years. A huge tip off for me too was like those song books
Yeah.
when they came out. Like the sheet music books, and I'd take those to my like piano lessons, and then I'd finally see what the hell he was saying. And I had the one for Standing on the Beach and Disintegration mostly. So it was like those I got tipped off to fairly early on. Even though the lyrics were out there, it was cool to just see them over the music and be like, oh, okay, yeah, Lemon Lies. But yeah, Henson, my kid, when he sang Caterpillar for the talent show, he sang Dust My Lemon Love in powder
All right.
pink. And I was like, it's too sweet.
Still
I couldn't,
works.
Yeah, I couldn't correct him. But
It's just like the beauty in like what you think like what you take away from it, you know?
Yeah.
Like even if you're wrong,
Yeah, it doesn't
like
doesn't change anything really. It makes it even
like
sweeter.
too much,
That's
you know?
kind of the beauty in all this. Yeah, it's just like
Right.
there's no, really doesn't matter.
Right or wrong.
Yeah, and I'm sure he would be the
Like it's
first
a
person
fucking,
to say that.
It's a song.
So. Plastic Passion is the latest lover, which I think I thought that was what he was saying there. But I looked it up and it's Plastic Passion is the ladies' lover. And there's a few other ones I didn't write down, but that one has some weird lyrics. I was like, oh shit, that's what he's saying there.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, I thought that's what he was saying too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I never bothered to look up.
yeah, Plastic Passion is the marble mother, is what he says after.
Whoa.
Plastic Passion is the marble mother.
That's so heavy, man.
It's like,
maybe it could be a thing where like people like when they misinterpret lyrics, it's like all this like deep in your mind, like like I have issues with my mother,
yeah,
marble mother, you know, like
it's funny to like,
like,
see if it's something like
people imprint like the mistakes on the
you're putting your own shit into this, man.
yeah.
Don't put that on me. This is your.
It's like, yo, this song isn't about you, man. Like, get over
Leave
your
your bullshit
shit
at the door.
It's a fucking song, right?
This is about my trip to the beach, you weird fucker.
Yeah.
But your
It's not about your mother.
Headed on over to that Facebook for the thread. We heard from Kyle, who we've heard from on the other pages there. Who always has nice things to say. He wrote a good one that I had totally forgot about, was Harold and Joe and how that has some weight.
Ooh.
If I'm hanging from a peach tree, then I'll cut myself down. And if I look into the sun, I just turn up the sound. And if I swallow death cap love rooms, then I spit them right out. That's what he's actually saying. I was like, what the fuck?
Write your own song with those lyrics.
Yeah, that's the actual lyrics. I was like, I had no idea that's what he was saying then. And so I spit them right out.
Made up ones.
So I'm completely full. I scare the world. Yeah, all the world inside out. So, yeah, that's a weird one, too, because I don't think it has the lyrics anywhere from Harold and Joe outside of the internet. Like, as far as official things, I don't think it's in Mixed Up, and I don't think it's, it's too late for that book. It's not on any sheet music stuff, so who knows? Maybe it isn't out there, but yeah, I don't know what that. There's probably a whole bunch in that song that are like, what the fuck is he saying? But anyway, Coulter, friend of the show, he wrote in Love Cats. This is one that I think I might have been on the same page with. He thought it was not, the real line is, we move like cagey tigers, and he thought it was Cajun tigers.
I got some jambalaya on the backbone.
I think as a kid I thought it was,
I like Cajun tigers better.
yeah, Cajun tigers sounds good. And then Sarah commented, I thought it was, we move like ancient tigers. So that makes sense. And then, Violet was all like, well, what does cagey even mean? And cagey's hesitant or cautious.
I always thought it was caged in, like caged in tigers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think I thought it was that too, like caged in tigers. But, so
I'm so confused now what like the actual lyric is.
I'm probably just ruining
it
all
could
these
be
songs
all
for
of these.
everybody. You're just
It could be all of these and it'd make
It's
complete
Cajun.
sense.
He's
What's
singing
the actual...
about Louisiana. It's Cajun.
Yeah, Cajun tag. Cajun tag.
Eat some red beans and rice. Could get better than this.
Sarah also had A Night Like This, and this was one that blew my mind fairly recently when I was covering it. I didn't even realize the lyric is, "Your trust, the most gorgeously stupid thing I ever cut in the world." And I thought it was "You're just the most gorgeous, stupid thing I ever caught in the world."
I have something for that too.
Did you catch that it was trust though? I always thought it was just, like, you're just the most.
Yeah, you're just.
Yeah, it's trust. It's like your trust, comma, the most gorgeously stupid thing I ever.
That's fucking stupid. I like my way better.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
That one, yeah, still 50% of the time, if I'm singing that one, I'm singing it wrong. It's just too burned into my head that way, where it's just like, oh man. So yeah, let's see. Colleen, that we talked to on our mystery episode and have had on the show, she spun a twist on it. Was like, well, here's a misprinted lyrics on the song. Apparently, the Kiss on "Kiss Me, Kiss Me," the booklet says, "You tongue like poison." When it should be your tongue like poison. So the Cure got that one wrong. So he got
that's not her fault.
that's a typo. But yeah, she also had for Disintegration, which I think we'll all have a lot to add to this one. But older than me now, more constant, more real. Oh no, wait, this is Last Dance. Sorry. But older than me now, more constant, more real, and the fur in the mouth and the innocence turn to hair and contentment that hangs in a basement. A woman now standing where there was only a girl, once a girl. So a basement, not a basement, like the basement of the house, but a basement is a word.
What's a basement mean?
The humiliation or degradation.
Like the
Robert Smith read too many
the
books. I'm just saying, like, that dude read.
So the act of being like humiliated, basically, to hangs in a basement. Yeah, that's
fucking nerd.
Yeah,
Fucking who knows that shit?
Like, what? No way. So yeah, that's a.
I'm not getting out of my basement.
That was one definitely in the last year.
Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, I was like, it's hanging in the basement.
A basement.
I spent the first 30 years of my life in a basement. That's totally made more sense to me. But,
I freed him.
yeah,
From
I was trapped in a basement.
a basement. Damn.
So yeah,
That makes sense though.
yeah, it
Lyrically,
does make
you know?
sense to just hanging in a basement. But Fire in Cairo, she also had The Mirage Fades Away. Didn't know so thought it was Mirror Fades Away, which I believe too. I made a note. The Luna cover that I think we talked about in the last cover episode was. I think he says it wrong. He says in the mirror fades away. So I was like, uh-oh. But
Don't you lyric shame them.
Shame on you, Dean.
It's
Shame
okay
on
to be dumb.
Yeah. And the mirror fades away. But,
That would make sense.
yeah, they all make sense. Let's says Sophie, I guess. Also wrote one from Doing the Unstuck. She hears.
Oh God, I got stuff on there.
Yeah,
too.
that one has some crazy lines. But she hears. I always hear Giggle Biscuit, Giggle Biscuit instead of Giggle Bliss Skip. When he says Giggle Bliss Skip, she hears Giggle.
Wait, what does she have again? Giggle Biscuit?
Giggle Biscuit. Yeah, because he's saying Giggle Bliss Skip, which isn't really much better than Giggle Biscuit.
Giggle Bliss Skip.
Giggle Bliss Skip.
What an asshole. Who says those words together so fast? Like,
Thank you,
Yeah, I have Get a Biscuit.
Ooh,
Shout.
really? Say what?
what you
Get
doing?
a
biscuit.
biscuit.
Get a Biscuit.
Yeah, I think it's.
I mean, because you're doing a bunch of stuff that day, like Get a Biscuit. Like
Yeah, that makes way more
get
sense than.
Get some food with Giggle Biscuits, like a word for a vagina, I guess. I don't know.
Totally. A Giggle Biscuit.
Let me see your Giggle Biscuit.
Sheesh,
Dirty old Robert.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that song is kind of dirty. So
yeah, you know.
Why not like go for that? Like he like Robin Smith called it a vagina Giggle Biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Mary might have like some pet names for certain parts of their body.
True.
Great.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's what I'm gonna use that one on my wife. See how far. I
Yeah,
get
see
with
how
that.
that works
it's a
out for
good
you.
far, dude.
Let's see, what? Alora wrote Charlotte
I'm putting
sometimes.
some jam on that Giggle Biscuit.
Yeah. She wrote that on Charlotte sometimes when he's saying actual Charlotte sometimes it says like shut up sometimes, which is actually a pretty good song lyric too. I think I kind of want to see that.
Yeah.
For
Shut
Charlotte,
up
sometimes he's doing
sometimes.
Shut up sometimes.
Shut up sometimes.
Shut up sometimes.
But, and
I almost want to cover that and just use those
Yeah.
lyrics like shut up sometimes.
I know I want to write a whole song and just rip that off and have it vaguely resemble the melody. So
I just think Eddie was just like terrible. Just like, hold on, let me get my boombox and like
Totally.
say anything style like "shut up" sometimes. And just like
what?
like literally shut up.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, like not all the time, but just fucking shut up
Totally.
right now.
And I had as a side note that I had misinterpreted tons of lyrics from Charlotte sometimes. Like, I don't think this was another one. I think I just had gibberish stuck in my head because I don't know what I thought the real ones, but like the whole "Come to Me Scared Princess." She hopes to open shadowed eyes on a different world, which makes sense when you read it in the melody, but like for some reason, and like the whole end, glass sealed and pretty Charlotte sometimes. Like, it's like, oh, is that what he said?
Shut up sometimes.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was clear to you guys then?
No, I
I don't know what's real and what's actual lyrics anymore, man. Like I pay so little attention to lyrics in general, you know. So like all of these sound great. I'm like,
pretty good lines in them.
Makes sense.
And then the last one was Stephanie, who wrote in "Strange Day," was just with the emphasis on that line, an impression of sound. That's the correct line, and she thought it was an impending sound or a crashing sound. She felt like she's heard it too, which all makes sense and wouldn't drastically change, but
and all of those sound like good label names.
Yeah, Impending Sound Records.
Right? That sounds dope.
An impression of sound records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like I always caught that it was impression, but those definitely make sense. I could see the blind dancing on a beach up. I always thought it was beach upstairs and not beach of stone. Blind dancing on a beach of stone, which
makes a little more sense.
Yeah, beach upstairs. But I mean,
I like the
whole
concept
album.
Of beach upstairs.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of tight.
So I have "Close to Me" is the first one I have off or on.
Okay.
"Hold My Breath Away Until I Say."
Mm-hmm.
And it's
that's not the.
I didn't write down the right lyrics. Hold my breath and wait until I shake.
Ah, yeah.
Doing the unstuck, we already went over the Giggle Biscuit, and I thought it said "get a biscuit."
Right.
He's
hungry.
Yeah. Rips every button fucking so well.
Dope.
Yeah, that line's totally
Yeah,
whack.
rips every button fucking so well. That's a
Like
little
tearing his shirt off.
Yeah, and then you're getting down. So I just that I always thought it was that.
What's the real line?
It's a perfect day for kissing swell, for rip zipping button popping kissing and well.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
You didn't catch
It's
that?
a perfect day for kissing swell, for rip zipping button popping kissing well. Yeah.
It's like all you hear.
I like mine better.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah.
No one's gonna call you out on that one. So, Edge of the Deep Green Sea, Chaz. I think you had one for that, right?
Drink and drive, take this drug.
Drink it dry and
Yeah.
take this drug is the real lyrics.
Drink and drive.
Totally
Well, I
Don't
mean,
do it.
It's about a
It's just
tumultuous
drinking and
relationship, so I thought they were drinking, driving, and like.
Yeah.
He drinks a lot.
makes
Robert
sense.
Smith.
I just don't really see him drinking and driving, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like,
So.
come on.
Yeah.
He
responsible.
doesn't. Do you think Robert Smith drives a stick? You know, like a manual.
Yeah. He apparently does drive around a lot. I read at one point he likes driving around a lot. So I
Fuck
think he is in
yeah.
it,
Like convertibles, and it's just like
Just pull up next to him in a light.
his head's like being
hello.
tilted back by the drag from all his hair, like it's pulling his neck back.
Yeah, definitely a convertible. You just see like the big mushroom coming through the. It's gotta
And he,
be
like,
Robert
stops
Smith.
at the gas
Speed up.
station, and he's like, "Hello," and it's like, wham.
His car looks so new.
I just love automobiles.
What other ones do you have, Chaz?
I got one for Friday I'm in Love.
Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of those out there.
Just up to the eye. Sleek,
Okay, yeah.
sleek as a sheep, going round and
Okay.
round.
always take a big,
Yeah.
and then always take a big bike.
Take a big bike.
Yeah, instead of take a big bite. I always thought it was bike.
Huh.
So sleek
Oh,
Yeah, I
that
could
makes
hear all
sense.
this.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
don't.
Like,
That song's so weird that like it wouldn't like the lyrics. are
Yeah,
kinda out
none of
there.
that would totally throw
Yeah.
it off. Yeah, and it's a shriek. Donald and I always like till recently thought it was sleek as a chic, like like a chic of Arabic.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's a shriek.
No,
Sleek
yeah,
as a shriek.
I have sleek as a sheep,
Totally. What the
Okay.
fuck is a chic? Have
like
to
the
do with
iron,
any
like
of
the
this?
Iron Sheik
Yeah,
with-
totally.
with the camel clutch against Sergeant Slaughter.
That's totally what we thought. That always took away from the song for me, so I liked it a little better.
No, Robert Smith is a big WWF fan.
Yeah, I think
Huge.
It's pretty clear from the lyrics.
Simon,
I-
he's going top rope.
I did stumble. I know we're gonna do it later, but I did come across one online that made me laugh really hard. That I wrote it down. It was on the Hanging Garden.
Yeah,
Did you do that one?
I think I know, but I left
Okay.
it off my list.
Oh, okay. It says
What did you
it
find?
goes fall, 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 out of the sky, come on my face as animals cry.
Yeah, come on my face. There's a lot of the ones that just got like super dirty, or they're all just like. Yeah, there was a ton that were like that. Where I was like, it does sound like it.
Yeah.
It does. If you start like,
Come on
It's like
my
we're-
face, as the animals.
Cry.
What kind of
again,
dreams?
this is pretty.
What kind of dreams do you have, Chaz? Jesus
It's
Christ!
dark. It's dark.
Going back to our.
All these animals sobbing is coming at your
gotta-
Oh, there's
odd.
like a musk ox and like
My dogs have seen some things.
I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge.
Yeah, this is another. I think Wish is like the one that I've had the most issues with. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I had a ton from that too, and I have like probably out of all of them, I have the most distinct memories as a kid, like laying there and just like religiously like reading the
Yeah.
lyrics. But for some reason, I've still got it's probably because the goddamn font was so small. It's still
Probably.
even as a boy.
Yeah.
But
I have on High.
Yeah.
Happy as a Girl. Zooms in a World. Magic Show.
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah, that's a tough
What's-
one.
Which brings me to my friend Bill. Remember we all made fun of him because he said "zoom zoom" in a world, and we were
Right.
like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Play the zoom zoom song." And when we were kids, I was like, "Zoom zoom, what the fuck?" I was like, "No way is he actually saying that?" Like where I was making fun of him, but then like kind of checking out of the corner of my eye. It's like, maybe he
I don't
is.
even know.
Happy as a Girl. Zooms in a World. Magic Show. And the right lyrics are happy as a girl that swims in a works of magic show.
I thought it was world for
That
sure.
swims
Right.
In a
World. I always thought it was.
yeah, unless somebody wrote down the wrong, like typed up the wrong lyrics.
Yeah, somebody online also had "When I see sticky as lips, as licky as chips," which is kind of dumb. He's not singing about potato chips or anything.
Luckiest
But
chips.
Oh, it
I think I thought he was.
It is swims in a world of a magic show. So whoever
Is it world?
yeah, it's world. Whoever typed up
Oh,
those
okay.
lyrics is an idiot. So
Fucking internet.
can't believe anything on there.
But as far as these licky chips, though,
Yeah.
the real line is "When I see you sticky as lips, as lick as trips."
Licky as
I
trips.
can't look that far.
I can't lick that
licky as
far.
trips. It must be licky as trips as well.
Was he
too,
talking
but,
about a vagina?
Yeah. When I see you sticky as lips, as
Really? It's
licky
like
as trips,
trips?
I can't lick that far.
He's talking about eating. I don't want to be vulgar.
No,
I
he's
apologize.
He's
But he's talking about
eating some
eating
pussy.
He's talking about eating pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob.
How
Yeah,
dare
I thought he was saying like lucky as trips or lucky as tricks.
Now that I'm reading the lyrics, I'm like, yeah.
He's a nasty guy. A lot of his lyrics, like the older I get, and the more like people like Gavin point out lyrics to me, it's like, oh, he's talking about fucking. Like, I don't know if I'm like misinterpreting lyrics because I'm like the champion at that. Like
That's what this episode's
But
all
it
about.
really
man.
seems like, I don't want to be nasty, but it really seems
Even
that,
on the greater scale.
it
Yeah.
really seems like that's one of a lot of his lyrics. Or about
Yeah,
billion.
well,
And when
that's
when I see
good
you
for him.
when I see you kitten as a
sing what
cat,
you know.
when I see you kitten as a
Uh-huh.
cat, yes, smitten as that. I can't get that small. The way you fur, and how you purr, it makes me
Yeah.
want to paw you
Like,
all.
what does that mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dirty fucking old man.
Cat. Yeah. Uh-oh.
A firework went off outside. Hey,
It's because I said cat, I think. Yeah. Awesome. Did you have some for Disintegration, the song, Chaz?
yeah, I forgot what I texted you.
Murdered in Dreams
Yeah,
instead
that
of
was
Murmured
yeah,
in Dreams.
Yeah, I always thought it was murdered in dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. And then the whole and let me go my party please. You thought
Oh,
it was
yeah,
instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
a party piece.
Yeah, it was,
Just let go.
yeah, because I had to look up what party piece meant, and I thought it was like
Yeah.
let go of my party, please, like
Yeah.
I'm having a good time,
Like,
like
is that Greek?
back the fuck up. No, it's like party piece is like some speciality that you have,
Okay.
that you perform in front of people. So, but then when I saw party piece, I thought that meant like another love interest, like at like a party or whatever, and like
Yeah.
so I was confused, and then I had to look it up. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like the old time, you're like, oh, play your party piece for everybody, kind
Yeah,
of thing,
see?
you know. And it's just like like your little show off piece
Yeah.
or something, maybe. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
I totally thought it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Party piece. Huh.
I have primary,
Uh-huh.
Snow White Steps, and Start to Burst.
Yeah. That one's got some weird lines
Yeah.
in there.
I thought it was.
I-
It's definitely
Um,
Snow White, though, right?
No, it's
I
not.
think
No,
so.
it's not. No, it's
Yeah.
not.
I don't even like this song anymore. That's the only reason I liked it. Ruin it. Go on.
I slow my steps and start to blur.
Yeah.
So many years I fill my head.
I have Snow
So I
White.
slow my steps.
Snow White Steps and Start to Burst.
I slow my
So-
Yeah.
steps.
Steps and Start to Blur.
Ah.
Whoa.
And then I have
So-
touch your skin. I thought of a quarry. Rush to reach the air too soon.
I like rush to reach the air too soon. That's a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But rush to reach the end too
Y'all,
soon.
we
Okay,
could
yeah,
really
yeah.
start a good band
Yeah.
with these lyrics, like these misinterpreted lyrics. Like, let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm totally stealing all these. These are good.
Yeah. The
I
ver-
had for primary.
We'll be the
on
next Boss
line
Tones.
is the real line is innocent forever, sleeping children in their blue soft rooms. I always thought it was in a song forever.
okay.
Or wait, do I have it backwards? Yeah.
No, it's innocent forever. Yeah.
Yeah, innocent forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it was in a
Yeah.
song forever.
Right.
I don't.
Just
I don't know
one
why.
of those
I don't know why I thought he said. I thought he said. I thought of a quarry. Like I
Yeah,
mean.
quarry.
Yeah. I thought of a story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I swam in quarries when I was in England or not. So, sewing clothes together, dressed in red and yellow in a song forever.
Yeah.
So I got the in a song also instead of innocent.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, and then I saw the blockade 13 years, the shiny wind, how I could forget your name.
Whoa.
So,
Yeah. The real
Yeah,
ones.
it's,
are
uh,
good,
mad
too,
at
yeah.
them.
I think
and so the fall came 13 years, a shiny ring,
So
and
the
how I
fall
could forget
came-
your name. I saw the blockade 13
Yeah.
years, the shiny wind, how I forgot your name. How could I forget your name? Yeah,
Makes sense.
I guess.
yeah.
I'm convinced.
Hmm.
If you put some reverb on there,
Yeah,
I think we
It
could.
totally makes sense.
somebody
Totally
else had a night like
magic.
this, right?
Awesome.
Oh yeah, we went over that because I had I had
Yeah.
another one. I'm coming to find you. If it takes me all night, reach out for another girl.
Yeah, the witch hunt is one I didn't. I can't
Yeah.
remember what I thought it was, but that definitely. Yeah, reach out for another girl. Yeah,
That
I
was
think
one-
That might have been what I was. Thought.
That was one today. I was just like, holy shit! I've been singing it
Yeah.
wrong all these years.
Did it Did it ruin it a little bit, or make it like?
No, not really. But I'm still gonna sing it the way
hear
I
it?
think it should be. So
Yeah,
I mean,
like I said, it's just
I've been
so many years
singing
it's
it for
piled
so
on.
long. Yeah, I'm not gonna change the way I sing it. You should change the way he sings it.
I always love
No.
being like
Title.
tricked by songs that I've listened to a million times. You know, be it like an instrumental part or like some instrument or like a lyric. Like
Yeah.
it always makes me think of just like it's still alive. Like it's a amorphous thing. You know, like I don't want to know the lyrics. Like
Yeah.
it makes me not want to know them because I like being surprised. Like years later.
Yeah.
Are we just joy killing?
Whoops.
Yeah, I think
Like, are we just ruining it for
You're
everyone?
gonna ruin all these songs for everybody. You're gonna
I'm
hear
the
Giggle Biscuit from here on out.
so. The next one I have is Hot Hot Hot.
It's actually heat.
The open
Skeet,
the opening part of that song. Skeet skeet skeet.
Hot heat.
Sorry, Chaz.
The opening part of that song where he does like a really high voice. I
what is he saying
always thought he said she may bite a face. Like I don't
What the fuck is
I
that?
had no idea what it is. I don't even know what it is now. So
Yeah, did anybody look it up?
I saw it earlier today and like I don't hear that.
I don't think it's included on the lyrics, right? They probably don't put that part in. Yeah, there's a bunch. You could do a whole episode on just shit that isn't even in the
Yeah.
lyrics, like at all. Like, was that line in Mint Car that's like right before, right during the solo, I guess, or right before the solo? It's not included in the lyrics,
Yeah.
but he's like, "Sinking as I cruise on the moon."
I still don't know what he says in Disintegration between the first two verses, where you can barely you can hear him mumbling in the background, but I still have no idea what he says.
Huh?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, the intro to Hot Hot Hot, according to Genius.com, he says she may be the face I can't forget.
Okay.
So I'll
That
have
seems
to.
a little much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And then also I have sucking that boat in the flow and everything went black.
That boat.
Yeah,
Float.
yeah. For a second,
Yeah.
that boat was still afloat. Then everything went black.
I'm about to beatbox over
Yeah.
that. If you want to spit,
Sucking that boat.
I'm not
Sucking
gonna
that
do
boat in the flow,
it.
everything
I
went
really
black.
want to.
Nice.
I have a forest. I hear her voice. I start to burn. And then
Yeah.
suddenly I stop. I'm always too late. Yeah, I hear her voice. I start to burn. It's I hear her voice. I start to run.
Start to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I stop. I'm always too late.
But I know it's too late. Yeah.
Yeah. So suddenly I stop, but I
close.
know it's too late. So yeah, that's close enough.
Not too bad off.
Yeah. And then the last one I have is the Love Cats.
Okay,
So-
yeah, that one had a lot on.
There's lots of
on it
words
elsewhere.
in that one.
Yeah.
Cagey
yeah.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Cajun Tigers.
I didn't actually write that one down because I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
could have been a fire. Get up for a while. It's
Yeah.
it's the grooviest thing. It's a perfect dream.
Could have been a fly.
And then I had
Yeah.
broken up in piss. I need in need of misses. So 'cause I've been singing out like I don't even.
Broken up and pissed.
That's all you need to say, Chaz. Just shut up. You said broken up and piss.
Yeah.
That's the name of our band.
Broken up in piss. It's our new
It's
metal
broken
band.
up and piss.
Broken up and pissed.
So yeah, it's not broken in pieces.
Awesome. Like hated
So
little.
I was like in
nieces.
need of in need of misses.
Yeah.
So broken up and piss in need of misses. So I was like,
Stop saying broken up
Yeah.
and piss.
And I think one of the most widely misinterpreted ones comes from that where like everybody had some version of, and I thought it was one flea, one flea, one flea, one flea pity.
Oh, I thought it
but
was
it's
pity.
Wonderfully, wonderfully, wonderfully pretty.
it's pretty.
Yeah, it is pity.
I didn't
Oh,
get
wait.
the one flea though.
Yeah, I think it's pretty.
Which
yeah,
kinda makes
I always thought it was
sense.
Pity. Yeah, one flea. Yeah, that's what I always thought it was as a kid. And then somebody online had 1 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 kitty. 1 3 1 3 1 3 kitty. So that makes
It
sense.
sounds like something you hear like in a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
Like in a different
Yeah,
country, you
so
know, and it's like
kidding.
okay, you're
Yeah.
getting it. Like you're close.
So, yeah. Cats and shit. It's some kind of cat. Yeah.
So what did you have, Gavin?
One of mine, which I think is a pretty widely misinterpreted one, is on Pictures of You, where it's bigger and brighter, and I always thought it was whiter than snow, but it's wider than snow.
Really?
is the real line, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess snowstorms are pretty wide, but you would think it'd be wider. But,
Meteorologist
yeah.
now? Like,
Yeah, I guess it is. Actually, snowstorms are pretty wide.
Jesus Christ.
Not all snow is white.
Piss and rain.
Good point. And on World War, I thought it was the real line is dressed in Berlin black. I was only playing, and I thought it was just a bird in black.
Okay.
Like, whatever the fuck. Just a bird in black. I was only playing. Let's see. On All Cats Are Gray, I always thought it was in case all cats are gray, not in caves all cats are gray. Is the actual line.
Jesus, dude. Do you even listen to music? Just
Don't lyric
say
Do
it.
you even like this band?
Yeah.
Shake you up,
Call
sorry,
yourself
I'm
a
sorry, I'm
fan.
Donald officially has more street cred than
Case.
you. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know like 4 lyrics. Like I know like 4 words.
The
dude.
one
It's
song,
bad.
you
I'm
know.
sorry.
I mean, this is dating back 20 years where I finally figured it out. So it's not like this was a huge revelation yesterday. But
Right, even the dogs are pissed.
man, jeez.
Idiot.
Can't please
Go on.
anybody. Just a note going back to that mysterious line of mint car. Some people online had some great interpretations of what the fuck he's saying that is still a mystery. Somebody had Slinky as raccoons in a room.
Whoa. I like that one.
Which it might be. Who knows? It fits. Slinky as raccoons in a room.
Slinky as raccoons in a room.
In a room. It gets better too. Sinking
Makes
in
sense.
jacuzzi on the roof.
I like that one. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Sinking in jacuzzi on the
Hell
roof.
yeah.
I guess
I could sink in a jacuzzi, like you like get hot and relaxed and like, ugh,
Yeah.
like and sink down, like
Yeah, after you get done.
relax.
Get in a jacuzzi.
That makes sense.
Ooh. Totally.
Like it makes sense.
And,
I'm down with that.
so I tried to decipher what I would say if I was just singing along with it, and I came up with something like sinking like crimson red moon. kept hearing crimson in there
Whoa.
somewhere. Sinking like crimson on a moon, and something moon maybe, but that doesn't make any sense. So who knows? As a young boy, I always thought exploding boy, even though this doesn't make sense either, was if I knew it by tongue. I guess I just thought that was like a know it by heart kind of an expression. That it's not an expression, but for some reason I always thought it was like I knew it by tongue, knew it by tongue, and it's knew if I turned, I'd turn away from you. So, which make 2 of these were just based on learning it as a cover. Where like a few hours after this, like I don't know what the hell I thought he was saying in the beginning, but the whole "look before I go" is a look for you. I think I always had a waka waka waka, where it just turned into to like fucking
that's the
Fozzie
best
Bear or
one.
something. It's like waka waka welcome to or something. But I didn't know what the hell he was saying on that one until I got the book.
no.
Like, look
Fucking
before I
Fozzie
go,
Bear,
look,
man.
You only waka waka waka.
It's like waka waka waka.
So, and even Too Late has some crazy
Yeah,
ones.
I was
like
gonna.
that whole.
Yeah, I was gonna dive into that one, but I didn't have time.
Yeah, I don't really again know what the hell I thought he was saying, but I definitely didn't think it was like lids like wooden men in file. I put you on a rainy
What?
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, you could almost read that whole last verse is like, if I could just once catch your eye, invisible against the words that hold you down in solitude and never let you go away. All that makes sense. Then it's the way that every time the way that every time my eyes just close like lids of wooden men in file. I put you under rainy day. Your hat's all off. I'm gone away.
I literally could not name what song that is right now. Like, I literally do not know what song
you
we're
could write
talking
a whole
about.
different melody.
It was
to
like you
that.
just cut up a bunch of words and threw them in the air, and then they just.
Right.
That'll work.
I could not.
Yeah, I had to
tell
read the
you.
lyrics to that song because I put it on a CD for my wife for her birthday. So I was like had to read over the lyrics, and I'm like, God, I don't fucking know any of these.
it's like I guess this is still
Yeah.
romantic. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but it still sounds sweet.
I'm ready. Like, you have to double. Like, am I starting some shit? By
She's
putting
like-
on the mixtape? Like, I don't know.
It's like wood and
I'm
men
trying to
and
be
file.
sweet,
What is that supposed to mean? Like, I
She
don't
just
know.
throws the CD at me and storms out the door, and I'm like, what
Son
the
of a
fuck?
bitch.
Thanks, Robert.
My hat is not pushed straight. It's like, what? How dare you? And then I guess just a quick story I had of the last episode for the fanzine Arusha recording. There was a part I ended up cutting out, and I felt bad because it almost felt like I was cutting out to save face. But there was this whole like part where she was like, on the last page of, I think it was the first fanzine she put out, she has a little picture of a jar of marmalade, and it says, "Don't be afraid" on it. And I didn't catch it was supposed to be a jar of marmalade. It just looked like a jar to me. I was like, what? And she's like, do you get it? Do you get the reference? And it was like, we're recording, and I was like, and it just got to that point where it was like, she wouldn't just tell me what it was. I was just like, it was like 15 minutes. And I was like, I don't know what this is.
Tell me the
She's
joke.
like, it's marmalade. I'm like, marmalade? What does marmalade have to do with anything? Of course, it references the glove, Mr. Alphabet. It says, don't be afraid, there's no marmalade. And I just
Yeah.
never knew that's what he
Yeah.
was
I
saying.
would've
I
never
was
gotten
like,
that
I don't
either.
even know what I thought. Yeah,
That's a
it was
deep
like,
cut.
yeah, I thought he was saying, don't be afraid, there is no longer wait or something, but I don't know. I never really thought that. I never thought he was saying marmalade in my wildest dreams. I was just like, oh, sorry. I just had to
He's
cut it because it
fucking
wasn't
British, man. That's like, it's like half their diet is marmalades and shit.
even. Totally.
Paddington Bear and shit. Come on.
So I felt bad. I cut that. And it wasn't just because it
Should've known
sounded
better.
stupid. It just was like me being totally
God,
confused for
Gavin.
like 10 minutes straight. It was like,
Get your marmalade shit together, bro.
totally.
I'm just saying.
Well, on that note, can we got time to blaze through a few of these online ones?
Do it.
I'll try to just
Do it.
Absolutely.
yeah, maybe I'll skim them for the better ones, because like we said, most of them are like, they're almost kind of like just going for the laugh because they're a little too just stupid, you know. But then
Of
there's some like,
course.
so it kind of falls on
This
that
is
spectrum.
this is the place for stupid.
All right. Well, this is
Wait, I'm gonna stop laughing. I'm gonna stop enjoying
laughing.
myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying myself. I should tame it.
go back to your
I
corner.
should tame
Donald.
it down for this podcast that I'm making.
You're
That's
still
cool.
on
Like,
restriction.
I'm in the dog pound.
Your fucking dog pound. Anyway, Andy sent us this website. It's called kissthisguy.com, which
Fuck,
is referencing the often misinterpreted Hendrix lyric. Is that the one you looked
I
at?
love that.
Chaz, or-
Like, I kiss this guy. Makes me laugh. Oh,
Which-
fuck yeah.
which
that's
is
dope.
also doubles funny because the Cure covered, Purple Haze. But
This shit makes me laugh every time that's all I hear.
excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
me laugh. They're like, excuse me while I
It's
kiss
like-
this guy.
Was
It's
it?
great.
There's a bathroom on the right on Bad Moonrise.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a bathroom on- So just a few jotted down from that site. Along this line, it was like, jumping someone else's train, dumping someone else's tray was what they dumping someone else's tray. Which is stupid,
That's
but funny.
what you sing
but,
when you work in a cafeteria. You just
yeah, dumping someone else's.
I like busting tables.
What'd you say? Nothing.
Just dumping.
Someone
You
else.
should have got this tray, but I'm
Tray.
dumping someone else's.
And Let's Go to Bed, it says, you live in Encino, so you ask me the way. which you can't even see now. So yeah, he's thinking about
Like Robert
Encino.
Smith had grown up in California. Like, I'm in Encino.
Oh, the caveman movie is hilarious.
I bet they're from California. The person.
The
Encino, like, that's great. That's
Totally.
dope.
on Close to Me, the real line is to feel the fear. Somebody thought it was go steal the beer. Steal the beer. Let's
That's
see.
not what I heard, but I'm down with
Yeah, why not?
swiping
You know?
beers,
I mean,
man.
Let's see. Lullaby and softer than shallow and curlier than fries. His arms are around me and there's tears in my eyes. Is what they thought.
Curly fries.
Curly
Come
fries.
on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's like, come on. I'm hungry. So yeah, the real line's softer than shadows and quicker than flies. Not.
They're just
not
making
cr-
jokes.
Yeah,
They're
that's
being silly.
that.
They're being silly.
We're not taking this serious.
Come on, guys.
I like it though.
Grow up.
Just like Heaven had a ton, I guess, because it's a popular song. Most of them are super stupid, like "You Who Rice-A-Roni," stupid shit
Dog
like that.
Pound.
But a lot of them were the "Show me, show me, show me how you do that trick" line. It says the
Yeah,
one
I
that
can see
makes
that.
me scream, she's sick. A lot of people had the one that makes me scream, seasick.
What the fuck do you even like? I
that-
don't even pay attention to
The one
lyrics,
that
but like
makes me
how-
scream,
that's
seasick.
fuck you interpret it that way. Like, oh, she's
Yeah.
sick.
Eh.
They just watched the video once.
There's the ocean and yeah, totally. That's probably where the visuals do. The next website is called Am I Right? This one was courtesy of Colleen. She sent it in. Tons of other bands on there too, but there's some tons of Cure ones on here. Actually, I had way more on this one, so I just tried to grab a few of the funnier or more creditable ones. 100 Years.
Okay.
I'm a bitch in the back of a black car.
Oh
And it's
shit!
ambition in the back of a black car. Not a bitchin'. I'm bitching in the back of a black car is what they. I'm bitching. Yeah. The circus comes under a yellow moon. But it's really the soldiers close in under a yellow
I like the
moon.
coming part. now,
Yeah. I'm like, the song Disintegration with the crocodiles cry.
Yeah.
Make love to the crowd and free cheese for everyone.
you're the
Come
dog
on.
pound. Oh,
Again, put 'em
that
in the
was
dog-
bad.
in the
You're
dog
being
pound.
silly. It was
'em
funny,
in
but
the
you're being
dog.
silly.
Cheese. Just because he's heavier man does not mean he's singing about cheese
This
and
song's
curly
about
fries.
fucking like probably. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the pit of hell, and you're singing about free cheese for everyone.
I
Come
mean,
on.
cheese and fucking like. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. This one goes back to doing the unstuck. It says it's a perfect day for letting go, for setting fire to British boats.
What?
Okay.
Kinda makes
Yeah, I
sense.
can see that.
It's perfect.
Some
For
revolutionary.
boats.
Bridges and boats.
Yeah. Not British boats.
British boats.
Fascination Street, they had the choir boy goes in, haunted killer comes out.
Jesus.
What?
So that's again like, whoa, you were digging a little too deep for
Jesus.
that one. So it's quite what goes in, or to care what comes out is the real line. They had choir boy goes in,
Huh.
haunted killer comes out.
That's fucking dark. That is fucking dark.
I like
know
those
person
lyrics
too.
better.
Yeah, it actually is a pretty good line. I'm gonna steal that one too. But Friday I'm in Love had tons of stupid ones.
Yeah.
Like such as Friday,
Yeah,
Gum in
love.
Love. And then the last one on this website was Give Me It, which I thought it was something along those lines. It's out of my. They thought it was out of my fucking mind. Give me it, and it isn't. It's dead in my glassy mind.
Oh, okay.
Give me it. He does say fucking later in
Yeah.
it, but that I thought he was totally had like a, out of my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Give me it. But so yeah, I'll have to re-listen to that one to see.
Huh.
Was
But,
the glassy mind? Was that the other lyric? Like,
That's the real one, yeah. Dead in my glassy mind.
what was the made up one?
Get out of my fucking
Yeah.
mind.
I saw that one. Yeah.
So yeah, that wraps up what I had online and what we had, and
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
guess the bottom line is it doesn't really matter unless you're putting something stupid in there.
Like Jack
curly fries.
Like Jack and my dick with these pictures of you.
Yes, yeah, there's a lot of that online. It's like, come on, man.
That's
wow,
like the
funny.
modern interpretation of pictures of you. Like,
yeah, like the porn title movie or
Yeah.
something. But
oh, it's beautiful.
so yeah, I mean, I guess it all what you make of it.
Yeah.
And so if anybody out there, I guess, has any of the didn't make this extensive list, feel free to
Get on Facebook.
post it on our
Yeah.
get
on
on
Facebook,
Yeah,
Facebook,
put it on
and,
Instagram. Yeah.
drop a few kind words to
Fun.
Donald if
It's
you
so
want. And I'll be
fun.
sure to relay it over to him. And
He'd love to hear from you.
yeah, And-
Blessed be the people that are nice.
yeah, you did have a lot of nice people sticking up for you too, or at least defending your right to be obnoxious.
Yes.
Gavin and Chaz. That was about it.
Yeah, it was about.
And that Chaz guy was kind of in and out,
Yeah.
like on the line.
Like, well, yeah, I see what you're
it's
saying,
alright.
but
You're entitled to your opinion.
well, let's not let this all get misinterpreted anymore, and wrap it up on that note. And many great episodes on the
Fuck
horizon.
yes.
And thanks so much for talking these crazy lyrics with me, Chaz.
No
Donald.
problem.
Gavin, you're
was
beautiful,
fun.
man. Chaz, you're
Man.
great.
Thanks.
I love all y'all.
You're right.
Keep dancing, Donald. Keep
Ooh,
dancing.
I've been skating this. I sweted through my suit. I've been skating
Pretty
this
good,
whole
man.
time. Just
You got your
fucking
workout
dumbing it
in.
up. Look at me. Woo! Ow!
All right, we'll change it to officially to dance hard for this episode, and we'll catch you
Skate
next
hard.
time.
That's what I'm talking about.
Skate hard.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
All right, there you have it. Pretty much every way to screw up a Robert Smith lyric possible has been addressed. No, there's plenty more out there. And in fact, while mixing this, I realized that I forgot one of my favorite ones, All I Want, where he says, all I want is to hold you like a dog. It is dog. You might think that he's saying doll, and it sounds like dog, but it actually is dog. And there was some Teen Beat kind of magazine interview once where he said that it initially was supposed to be doll, but something changed. He didn't disclose why, and it became dog. And he says, doesn't get any more sexist than that, does it? So, yeah, we covered it all. Maybe we'll talk about that more with the boys in Misinterpreted Lyrics episode part 2. But yeah, there's plenty more out there. Anyway, and it also occurred to me while mixing this that you should do this as a fun Cure Nerd game, right? Where you could all sit around and read these weirder lyrics, maybe pick some of the more obscure ones and read them real deadpan to each other and see if you can guess the song. So yeah, if you're having that slumber party anytime soon, perfect game for it. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcast. Yeah, rate us too while you're over there. We don't get much feedback from our lame-o hosting site. So subscribe on there so you don't miss anything. Then go on over to YouTube and subscribe there too, because that's going to be the eventual home. People have been asking about where are the older episodes, and everything is over there. It's nothing flashy visually, but all the audio is there. They're there. The Holy Hour podcast is on YouTube. We're going to eventually start adding in some video stuff, maybe. I don't know, some extra tidbits, but there's some cool playlists at least going there, too. I have full live shows and Robert Smith interviews, a lot of which that we use for episodes that we talk about. Instagram, of course. The Holy Hour podcast on Instagram is where we touch base most frequently. And the Facebook page is cool because you can chime in there and leave your thoughts in the thread for each episode. So, and if you want to just contribute in any way, please send anything to me, gavinconnor@gmail.com. The next episode up is going to be a summer festivals wrap-up episode. So, By the time this comes out, we'll be having like a week and a half maybe, but it'll be almost the 0 hour. But if you went to any festival, send me any thought, whether it be an email or a voice recording or a conversation with your friend, however elaborate you want it to be. But I really want to hear from you guys, because I didn't go to any of the festivals, and it'd be a lot cooler if it was, people that were there and me not just trying to sum it all up from live stream videos or anything like that. So I'd love to hear from you, and we'll hopefully piece together something really cool. So really calling out to you guys on that one. And but we'll see what happens. And of course, 17secondshirts.bigcartel.com is Chaz's website, where you can catch what's up for pre-order to get the latest and greatest in cure wear. You won't be sorry. And otherwise, thanks so much for listening and us just yapping on here and getting goofy. Thanks. We'll be way more serious next time, I promise. All right, thanks again, and we'll catch you soon. Cheers.